welcome to your weekly catch-up movie news service, Talking Film. My name's Daniel, and we have Nick on the other side to discuss anything movie news. And we'll start off right now. Sorry we're a bit late. Technical problems with Google and stuff like that. So we'll just get started right now. Obviously, the big one is, of course, that Universal has finally announced a follow-up to this year's smash hit phenomenon, Jurassic World, with the sequel set to open on June 22nd, 2018, with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard returning to the sequel. No director yet, but the Jurassic World director, Colin Trevorrow, I think that's how you pronounce his name, will write the sequel instead this time around. So he'll still have an important role for the next one. So you obviously really enjoyed Jurassic World, Nick. You pumped up for Jurassic War or Jurassic Planet or whatever they're going to call it. Jurassic World 2 maybe? I don't know.
Jurassic War. Oh my gosh, that's got to be it, doesn't it? We'll have War of the Planet of the Apes and Jurassic War at the same time. But really, like, yes, excited. Only they better pick a good director. I think that's the key here, because I think there can be a better director than Colin Trevorrow or whatever. Because like Jurassic World is amazing at what it was, and it was a comment on the throwaway blockbusters of the modern day, while being a throwaway blockbuster of the modern day. So I thought that was brilliant and intentional. But the thing is, I think that they have to do something different. So now the next one has to be different, and the only way they can do that is they've obviously left a few things open at the end of the film for potential sequels, and they need to have a visionary director and director that will help Colin with the writing. Take Marvel's strategy is they always hire lesser known directors but great directors, and same with Star Wars. They're doing that with Star Wars as well. Disney's great at this, so I think that Universal needs to take a leaf out of their book and hire not necessarily big name directors. I mean, Colin Trevorrow was a great start, but I think they can do even better in terms of quality. I think direction is key to whether I'm going to be excited or not.
So bring back Steven Spielberg, put him back on the phone, say that.
That would be good, but that's not what I mean. I mean that they need lesser known directors that are visionaries. Like, bring people out, up and coming talent out, just like they did with Colin Trevorrow, but someone new this time, someone we've never heard of. That's amazing. That's what they should do.
Okay. Oh, well, I don't really care about Jurassic World 2. I really don't care. I don't even know whether they'll really go with it anyway, so
I'm a little bit worried about where they'll go with it, I'll admit that, because once when you think about it, all the Jurassic Park movies have been the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're the same they're the same plot. Oh, dinosaurs, they're going to eat us, let's run. That's basically it, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why do you need Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard? I mean, unless there's raptors in here, because that's the only thing he knows how to train. Unless they're going to have raptors again in this one, that's why you need Chris Pratt. But then Bryce Dallas Howard, I don't really know why you really need her back in there. So, I don't know.
Maybe they return to the island on a research expedition, and everything goes horribly wrong.
Maybe. I want to see Seth Rogen or someone.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
But we'll see where it goes. Our second story is Disney has another live-action fairytale property in development, this time a prequel to Aladdin. The prequel is titled Genies and will focus on the origins of the genie from Aladdin and how he got into the lamp in the first place. What do you think about that, Nick? Disney at it again.
I think Maleficent. I think interesting spin-off on a character that's not the main character of a Disney animated movie. unnecessary. So was Maleficent. Maleficent, I haven't seen. You have. Um, Cinderella was a retelling, live-action retelling of the same story, I believe. Is that correct?
The same story with some tweaks in between.
Okay. And Oz the Great and Powerful was a similar prequel of, well, it's not an animated movie, Wizard of Oz, but I mean, like it's the same kind of audience they're going for with that, and that it was a prequel to the story based on a character that's not the main character. And I think that's the kind of thing they should, if they're going to make these work, that's what they should do. Not just let's remake Pinocchio in live action. Let's remake, I don't know. Yes, Geppetto's Quest it should be, or something like Geppetto versus the Whale or whatever. That sounds exciting. Anyway, so no, I don't think I'm excited for this movie, but the Disney live-action remakes so far have been kind of either good or bad. They've been one or the other, and I think it's going to be more Maleficent than Cinderella. If that makes sense. But that's really early to say. It just seems like a silly idea.
I've been thinking how they're going to do, if they were going to do Aladdin. I was wondering how they're going to do Aladdin, and it looks like they want to do a prequel instead. But who do you cast as the genie? Because pretty much we all know the genie is Robin Williams. How do you foreshadow, his brilliant performance in Aladdin? But this time you have to not only be funny, but you have to, express emotions and stuff like that. It's because it's all live action this time. So I don't know how they're going to do that at all. It's going to be a hard task to find someone that can capable and say that, yeah, I can do it, and will obviously be ridiculed, or maybe it was a great performance. We don't know, but I know it's going to be a hard job to cast.
It's like casting the Joker in Batman in Suicide Squad. It's like you can't replace.
Although with the Joker, you've had many incarnations where we've only had one genie, pretty much.
That's true. It's true. The thing about these fairy tales, and the reason that Disney wants to make so many of them, and other studios have kind of got in on them a little bit too, is because they are in the public domain. Most of them are in the public domain. There's no copyright issues, no legal issues with them. And Aladdin is another one. And Aladdin, I don't know for sure where it comes from, but it's a very old story. So, it's based on a very old story.
I think it was loosely.
I can see. Sorry?
I think it was very loosely based, like Frozen.
Yeah, but it's in the public domain, and I mean, Disney's version's not. But I'm sure that this live-action take will be completely different in terms of the world that's establishing or whatever. For Aladdin, it's not going to be like a prequel to the animated film. It's going to be within its own world, within its own rules. It's so I think that they can cast a brilliant actor, and maybe it will be good. But I'm still on the fence.
On the fence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's my way. That's my feeling towards all these Disney films. And we've got another live-action remake in development with Disney again. Now, this time with The Sword in the Stone. Game of Thrones writer Brian Cogman will write the film's screenplay.
I've never seen The Sword in the Stone, actually.
Neither have I.
That's quite an old one. I think it's quite an old.
I think it's 60s, yeah.
Yeah. It's not one of the most popular tales, but I guess now that they've planned remakes for about 20 of them. They're getting down to the lesser known ones. Next week we'll get a live action remake of The Black Cauldron, and The Rescuers Down Under. That one too. The live action version of that soon. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's just so weird that they're getting all these good people on board these projects, like good writers. Although Alan Taylor directed Game of Thrones, and he directed Thor: The Dark World. So, like, just because you worked on an amazing TV show that's loved by a lot of people, doesn't mean that the movie you're going to work on is going to be amazing too, because movies and TV still work so differently. It's like you have a lot more creative control as a writer in TV. You have like none in film. So it's a completely different game basically. So with that in mind, I again I'm on the fence, and I don't know what to expect from this Sword and Stone remake. But maybe going in without seeing the animated film, assuming I still haven't seen it, then will help, and be like, oh yeah, I'm open-minded, and this will be the first adaptation of the Sword and Stone I've seen on film. Maybe it'll be alright.
Yeah, I actually don't really mind this one because, I mean, it's pretty much just all people with probably fantasy characters and that you can probably do in CGI. So it actually sort of tailors to live action that you could do this.
It's like the King Arthur, the Guy Ritchie directed King Arthur remake or reboot or adaptation or whatever.
Never saw it.
Have you seen the pictures?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, there's a King Arthur movie I think coming out next year, and it's I think it's got the guy from Pacific Rim in the main role as King Arthur.
Still don't know his name. It's just the guy from Pacific Rim.
Yeah, but I mean, you should have a look. It might be alright. And Guy Ritchie directed the Sherlock Holmes movies, which I really enjoyed. So I'm
off. I'm going.
You didn't like the second one. Come on, you liked the first one, didn't you? No? Oh, wow.
I didn't even make it through the first one. That's how boring I thought it was.
You're out. But I really enjoyed both the Sherlock Holmes films. The second one had problems, but I still enjoyed it. And I just think that the fantasy genre it's so popular right now. It just needs to explode. It just needs more films, and it will just take off. And then it'll be the comic book movie. It has the potential there. It's now a two-way fight to take over the comic book movie craze. It's a two-way fight between fantasy and monster movies. Those are the two popular flavors right now that aren't superhero related. So I think that if the Sword and the Stone does that, just tap into that fantasy craving that we have, it will go gangbusters. Like that is Disney's ticket to success right there. Mm-hmm. Call it Stone, the origin of the sword.
Oh, the original time. God damn.
Or Stoned, the tale of the sword.
Just keep the original.
Get the sword out of this thing.
It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect. Just keep it. Get ready for more neighborly chaos. Bad Neighbors 2 now finally has a title called Bad Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising. Or if you're in America, it's just Neighbors without the bad in it. Chloe Grace Moretz from Kick-Ass has joined the cast, with Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, and Zac Efron reprising their roles from the first film. Oh, and the film's now got an opening on May 20th, 2016, so it's going to release date as well.
Wow, that's close. They announce comedy movies so like soon, like before they come out. I mean, when's Zoolander 2 coming out now? It's like less than 6 months away, probably. They just announced that, didn't they?
Yeah, I think, is that next year? I think it's next year.
Yeah, it's next year. I think I kind of enjoyed Bad Neighbors. Oh, it's good. It's good. Seth Rogen's brand of comedy is very unique. It's very... You either love it or you hate it. And sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it. And it's like, with The Interview, it was kind of like, was that necessary? But with This Is the End, it was like, ha 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 ha, that was actually quite funny. He's not my favorite comedian in Hollywood, not my favorite genre, subset genre of comedy. But I think that the cast for Bad Neighbors is amazing, and the plot of the first one was great. It wasn't necessarily as funny as I'd hoped for. It was very it was actually a pretty good plot for a comedy, and I think it does have potential for a sequel, especially with a great name like that, Sorority Rising. Hmm.
Yeah, I was sort of, I don't know. I thought this was like a one-off, one-done film because where do you go? You're just gonna do the same shtick all over again. But then who knows? They could do that like 22 Jump Street, or they just play off. This is like a sequel. This is we're just doing the same shtick again with this time instead of all pretty much like. Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
it'll be the same, won't it? It'll be the same, but with a sorority living next door instead of fraternity.
yeah, it'd be pretty much like that. With Zac Efron sort of knows. Oh, I guess. I don't know. It'll be. I guess the more thing I'm looking forward to it is Zac Efron and Seth Rogen this time, like teaming up. They're buddies this time. It'll
Yeah,
be because they were like rivals in the first film. It'll be pretty
yeah,
interesting to see what goes between them two. And
yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz is a perfect addition for this film as well. So yeah,
Now,
I'm
is she gonna be
excited.
like the head of sorority? Because how old is she? She's not even like. Is she 18 yet? 17?
I think so.
Oh, okay. There you go. They grow up so fast.
And
Alright.
our last one is Pixar released their very first trailer for The Good Dinosaur, not the teaser that we got a couple of months ago, the
Oh,
very first trailer, which sort of came out of nowhere, pretty much. Quick thoughts on the Good Dinosaur, Nick, and I think you really were amazed at this trailer.
I thought it's beautiful. It's like probably Pixar's most beautiful film I've seen. That's saying something. Um, just from that trailer, I'm already saying this is the most beautiful Pixar film. Um,
I feel like if we say that like every single film they make now,
I think we do. I think we do. But the Good
uh,
Dinosaur. I've been so hyped for this ever since it was announced. How long ago now? So long, 4 years ago. And um, it just gets delayed after delay after delay. And I have hope because of the delays, actually, rather than the contrary. I mean, I think that if it hadn't been delayed, if they didn't care about the story, they wouldn't have delayed it. So they obviously care about the story, and I think that the trailer didn't give away any plot, so we can't judge the movie yet based on the trailer because it's just like it didn't give away anything. It's just a series of beautiful shots. It looks like I heard someone describe it as kind of a cross between Finding Nemo and The Land Before Time, and I think that seems really like a great description of that trailer. It's like a quest. It seems like it would be a quest or an adventure with the just Pixar's trademark buddy comedy um, kind of dynamic between the boy who I think it's called Spot. He's not going to talk, I don't think, and the
oh,
dinosaur Arlo, who the biggest point of controversy about that or contention dislike about this trailer is the design of Arlo. Bit cartoony, leaning a bit on the cartoony side compared to the environment and the other creatures in the environment. But I mean, think about Ice Age. Like they were pretty cartoony as well. The whole world, then again, the whole world was cartoony, but the animals really fit it. So I think that it'll grow on us as we see more of the film and when we watch the film as well. And I think the cartoony style is to avoid the uncanny valley effect that we had for films like for the short The Blue Umbrella or like that was too realistic and stuff. I think if they went for full on realism, like the environment's full on realistic, I don't think they can have characters that are completely realistic. Otherwise, people will be like, "Oh, hang on a second, is this live action or animation?" Live action dinosaurs. Wait, they did that this year in Jurassic World. But no, I'm not finished. I think that it's really, really interesting that I could go on all day, but I think it's really interesting that they're sticking with Pixar. I've just realised has had this buddy dynamic in nearly every single one of their films. The only ones I can think of might not have had it are The Incredibles, uh, Ratatouille. No, Ratatouille did. Even Linguini, Remy. Like, there's always two. There's two. Like Wally and Eve, Buzz and Woody, Mike and Sully, Marlon and Dory, um, Joy and
Cars.
Sam.
I don't know about Cars 2. I think it was mainly made of. Then again,
Cars
you have
2. Oh yeah, Cars 2 is probably. I don't know whether that was Mater. That was mainly Mater, yeah. But there was every now and then it would be Finn. Sometimes it'd be Lightning. Anyway, uh, yeah, it's just like that's such a Pixar. That's the Pixar formula. That's it. Nobody has ever thought of that. It's like one main character and a buddy character that's like so close to the main character, like you could nearly be the main character. And I think that they're keeping that with the Good Dinosaur. I can see that from the trailer. They've got Arlo, the main character, and they've got the Spot, who's going to help develop Arlo's character. It'll be really interesting, and what the title "The Good Dinosaur" means as well. I'm still not sure what that means, but man, it was a great trailer. And I disagree with all the critics. I really thought it was inspiring and beautiful, and gave me hope for the film.
The Pixar boss is probably going to be like, damn, you cracked our formula, a secret formula.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I wanted more of a story than just. I don't know. I felt like this trailer was just selling me on visuals.
I'm not gonna lie, it was.
Yeah, then just at least telling me what the story sort of is going to be about. I got a little bit based on the buddy friendship thing, but I don't know. I sort of want to experience that in the movie. I don't really want to know that now in the trailer, but I guess that might be the whole film there. So probably. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence on this the Good Dinosaur, but I'm hoping to be awesome. I'm just production problems and stuff like that. But yet again, Ant-Man turned out to be a really awesome movie. So maybe this is just like Ant-Man. It's just
I don't think production problems are a bad thing. Well, they are, but they're not gonna. We're not gonna be able to tell. Brave, you could tell a little bit, but I don't think you could tell in Ratatouille, and you couldn't tell in Toy Story 2. So I think it's gonna be one of those good ones, not the ones where you can tell when there were production troubles. And yeah, I don't see. The thing is, I don't think Pixar trailers give away the story in general. So if you don't like every Pixar trailer, or is it like I can't? Can you think of a Pixar trailer that you thought really did grab your attention, you really liked?
Damn. Toy Story 3 sort of had a. You sort of know what was going on there.
Yeah, there you go. Toy Story 3 was a pretty good one, but like the Inside Out ones never really grabbed my attention. I don't know if they grabbed yours. They all seemed like I did get a little bit worried towards the
Inside Out told me the premise of how the emotions are going to work. So
yeah,
instead of the story of the film.
Anyway, we'll see. I like how they're keeping us in the dark about the story.
Well, actually, yeah, definitely a lot better than most recent Disney ones, excluding Inside Out. Most trailers, especially thinking like the Brave period, the Cars 2 period of Pixar trailers, they were selling more on the jokes for kids than the movie itself. And I really hated that way of marketing the film.
Yeah, Brave was bad for that one. Brave trailers were terrible.
Yeah. So, kudos for not getting like no jokes or whatsoever in this trailer. So kudos to that. So
and even Monsters University, that was anyway. Moving on.
Yeah, but that's the Monsters franchise anyway. That's comedy there. That's where they're.
I guess.
And the weekend box office results. Yeah, we did pretty terrible. You got one right for Minions. I got about nothing right at all. Which takes Nick up to 17, and I'm on 15, sadly. Number 5, we have Southpaw with 16.5 million. Number 4, Trainwreck with 17.3. 3 is Minions with 22.1. And number 2, Who Saw This Coming with Pixels at 24 million. And number 1, Ant-Man with 24.8 million.
I still wished Ant-Man was higher.
Yeah, I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought Pixels was going to get about 40 million. I thought it was going to be similar to like Wreck-It Ralph. And then I thought Ant-Man wasn't going to drop as much. I was expecting Ant-Man to be in the 30s, like about 30 million, 32 million, or something like that. I
thought it wouldn't drop that big. I'm surprised it did. That's why I'm a bit disappointed. Like, I think that Ant-Man deserves a better gross than Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, it's one of the best Marvel films so far. If
Yeah.
anything, I think it's the second best Phase 2 films. Opinions people could say, because people could say
Second
Guardians is
best to
probably,
you, better than Guardians of the Galaxy for you.
yeah, I think Guardians.
Wow. Interesting. Because I know what your number one is. I know what your number one of phase three is going to be even before it's come out. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's got Ant-Man, it's got Captain America, it's got all of my now favorites in there.
uh,
But
anyway,
yeah, I'm hoping for Ant-Man. I'm hoping maybe it like drops a little bit next weekend, maybe 16, 17 million. Hopefully it's like very, very light because I really want Ant-Man to do extremely well.
can
And
I
I'm a
just
bit
say how disappointed I am that Pixels has just become such a train wreck? I mean, Pixels is really just like it had such potential for being maybe a funny Adam Sandler comedy for the first time in forever. Every time I say that, I think of Frozen. For the first time ever, and I just think that I don't know what went wrong there, but it had such a good premise, and it really should have been more than that. And I mean, it deserves the gross it got because it's apparently terrible. And Adam Sandler needs to learn that he's not a good actor, and he's not funny anymore. He should go back into his little Beverly Hills home and just, I don't know, play video games.
we'll play a little bit of Pac-Man. Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know what Adam Sandler's going to be doing now after this. And then when people say, "Oh, I should go back to your basics," who knows? He'll probably like, you know what? I can do a sequel to like Big Daddy or The Waterboy or something that people are like. You know, there's just a trash that tarnish that name. So I don't know what Adam Sandler needs to do to
I know
regain
what's next.
the trust in the audience.
I know what will be next.
What's
Grown
next?
Ups 3. Hey, wait, they've already announced it, haven't they?
No, they haven't announced it. I haven't heard anything about the grown-ups.
They've got to do a Grown Ups 3. Everybody hates that movie, but everybody loves that movie. Right, that's the movie that everybody.
Sony's probably already like thinking now after Grown Ups 2 better Pacific Rim. And I think Grown Ups 2 really, I think
It's the
it
only
was
thing that.
slightly off from the first film, so potential there to do a third one to make more money. So it seems to be, Adam Sandler seems to be going downward with the exception of the Grown Ups franchise.
Yeah, that's why I think the Grown Ups 3 is an obvious next step for him.
And even that, I'm surprised Pixels opened very low because you have two grown-ups cast members in this film.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was.
I think maybe the premise seemed a little bit silly as well to a lot of people. Except it was appealing to a very specific generation who grew up with those games. And if you didn't get the Donkey Kong reference or the Pac-Man references and stuff like that, you probably would have been indifferent to it. So I don't know, maybe it just didn't appeal to as large a market as, even if it was good, it probably wouldn't have, even if it was good, it probably wouldn't have taken off, I don't think.
Who doesn't know Pac-Man or Donkey Kong? If you don't know that, then obviously you play Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, no, everybody knows Pac-Man, but younger people know Pac-Man. Anybody that was born after 85 knows Pac-Man. Anybody born before that, they're indifferent. I mean, a lot of kids would probably be like, "Oh, Adam Sandler video games, it's kid-friendly," but their parents are probably like before that era, and they probably think, "Oh, that looks silly. Let's go see Minions instead." That doesn't look silly at all.
No.
I don't know why, but I know that the bad reviews had a big role.
Mm-hmm. And surprise, Southpaw made more money than Paper Towns.
Yes, I don't even know what Southpaw is, but it made more money than Paper Towns. Well done, Southpaw.
That's Jake Gyllenhaal for you.
There you go.
Well, that's all we have time for today.
Yeah, we haven't done our predictions.
Oh, I forgot about that.
This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, just to remind you.
I'm so used to doing it on Facebook now. Okay. You start last week, yeah. So my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't even wrote this down, so I'm just going to guess it. Number 1, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Number 2, Vacation. That sort of rhymes. Number 3, I'm hoping for Ant-Man to drop a little bit. Number 4, I'm going to go Minions. And at number 5, oh man, I'm going to go with... Oh man, I don't know where to go with this one. I'll go with Pixels.
Oh, damn, that's exactly what I've got written down. You've got my 5 written down. What's the weekend actuals? I have to work out what I'm going to... It's going to drop like it's hot. Ooh. Alright, I'm just going to switch. So what you said, so MI5, Vacation, Ant-Man, Minions, and in 5th place I'm going to put Trainwreck.
Okay.
Alright.
That's where we're going to be different. See, that's where I didn't really know. I don't know if Trainwreck's going to fall a bit more to about 12. I don't know if Pixel's going to get 12. I have no idea, so we'll see. And I mean 12 million, not $12.
No, actually, I take that back. Hang on, wait. Let's try that again.
Wow.
I haven't done this. I don't do this very often, but I think Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Vacation, Ant-Man, Pixels, then Minions.
You crazy. You crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I might be. But Minions has been out for a while. I think it's going to drop.
Yeah, but it's also, like you said, if that's to come true...
My answer, so I have to say something. Okay.
We shall see. That's all we have time for today. Join us every second Wednesday, so every
second Wednesday. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And next week will probably be at 10 a.m. or 10:30, maybe.
Yeah, we'll let everyone know on our Facebook page. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, bye.